The game that will decide Isagi's fate is about to start. Will Isagi's team lose this match against their old teammate, or will they advance and take a shot at winning back their old lost teammate Bashira? That's what's on the line in today's game, so let's start. The game starts with Isagi passing the ball to Baru, but Kunigami quickly goes to meet with him. They both struggle due to their strong and big body structure. Kunigami knows that he can't compete and stop Baru, so instead he decides to stop him from entering his shooting range. When Isagi tells Baru to pass him, Baru tells him to shut up and to not interfere, but that gives Ryo a chance to come between them and swap the ball away from Baru. And with that, Ryo and Kunigami goes for counterattack. Standing in front of Ryo and Kunigami is only Isagi who is left in the defense. Isagi is standing there thinking of what to do. Will Ryo be shooting himself, or will he pass it on to Kunigami? In the last moment, Isagi decides to go and guard Kunigami in hope for Ryo to pass to him. And Ryo passes the ball, but not to Kunigami, but to the speed star himself, running behind Kunigami. But Nagi had already anticipated their move and went for the perfect timing to take the ball from Shigiri. But he had also gravely underestimated Shigiri's speed, so Shigiri sprints from him in no time. And with only the blue lock goalkeeper standing in his way, Shigiri scores with ease. But that goal didn't only get him a 1-goal lead, but he also woke up something in Isagi and Nagi, who is now fired up and ready for them. The game is back on, and Isagi passed the ball to Nagi. Isagi has combined his newfound abilities to create a better field vision and understanding for the game. With that, the possibilities for Isagi are coming at him like crazy. Isagi is able to go behind Ryo and is now in a perfect goal position, but unfortunately for him, Baru decides to not pass him and go with the ball himself. And with this rash decision, he also ends up losing the ball. Kunigami has now control of the ball. With both Isagi and Nagi being occupied with Ryo and Shigiri, there is no one there to stop him. So he shoots a killer ball right into the net, giving Team Red a 2-goal lead. After the goal, Baru and Nagi goes into a heated argument, which is quickly broken up by Isagi, who clearly understands that he has to be the one to control them and to lead them to victory. Nagi passes the ball to Isagi, but when he looks at Baru's to find a goal vision, he sees that the pass course to Baru completely dies out. But on the other hand, Nagi's goal possibilities is endlessly, and Nagi is moving in a way that lets Isagi catch his movements in a way that makes it easier for both of them. Isagi passes the ball to Nagi, who gets quickly accompanied by Shigiri, and that's when Nagi tells him that no matter how fast humans are, they can't suddenly go backwards. And then Nagi does a crazy trap with his right foot, getting behind Shigiri with ease. With no one else to defend the goal, he shoots it right into the net, making an awesome goal and also sparked up a chemical reaction between him and Isagi. With Nagi's goal, the score is now 2-1. Isagi knows that what's left to win this match is now making use of Baru and setting up and creating chemical reactions for him too. If that were to happen, then they would surely find the key to victory. But when Isagi goes to talk with Baru about how to win this match in the best way, he tells him that he would rather die than play for someone else, and disregards everything that Isagi said. But Isagi doesn't give up yet, and continues to try to speak some facts into Baru. But Baru just goes away, saying, "Don't think you can control me." After that, Nagi goes to Isagi and tells him to forget about Baru, and that the two of them can win this match on their own. And with that, the game is back on. Ryo has the ball and Isagi goes to mark him down, and while they are discussing about Nagi, Ryo uses that opportunity to distract Isagi and get behind him. Ryo and Kunigami do a 2-on-1 on Baru and gets behind him. Back to Isagi, where he says that Ryo isn't a player which specializes on a specific area, but instead he's a top level player on all of his paramedics, which makes Ryo to a dangerous all-round player with absolute no shortcomings. Ryo passed the ball to Shigiri, who gets accompanied by Nagi, but instead of trying to get behind him, he passed it into the middle, where Kunigami breaks through their defense and jumps to head the ball into the net, making the score a total 3-1 to Team Red. When Isagi is on the ground, he thinks what he has to do to win, and there it clicks. To win this match, Isagi has to devour Baru and forget about trying to play with him. With that newfound knowledge, Isagi tells Nagi that they are the ones to win this match, and to pay attention to Isagi. The game starts, and Isagi has the ball. Isagi notices that all of Team Red are cautious and paying more attention to Nagi's movements, because of the common belief that all of the players share, and that common belief is that Baru is totally useless in this match. Isagi starts running to Baru, and it looks like Isagi wants to pass to Baru. But because of Isagi's actions, the player of Team Red started to guard Baru more than Nagi, and that's when Isagi takes his chance to not pass to Baru, but instead pass it to Nagi. Nagi gets the ball, but is blocked by Shigiri. Both Kunigami and Baru runs to assist, but when they do it, that's when Isagi goes behind both Kunigami and Baru's blind spot and is now free, so Nagi passes him the ball. With no one to block, he goes closer to the goal and scores with ease, and like that, the scores go up to 3-2. Nagi and Isagi tells Baru to play as he usually do and to not drag him down with him. And with that, we also get the iconic blue lock panel of the first time Isagi was able to make the king seem helpless. But how Isagi used Baru and Isagi's word irritated Baru, who swears that he will prove him wrong. The game starts, and Ryo realizes that Isagi's aura is different from how it was before, and wonders what it is that Isagi actually sees. Ryo passes the ball to Shigiri, who right off the bat passes it on to Kunigami. But Baro isn't gonna let him have it so easy, so he also goes in for it, making it a battle of physics, which Baro comes out winning. With the ball back, Nagi tells him to pass, but it's Baro, so he doesn't, and ends up getting double pressed by Kunigami and Ryu. But the one to get the loose ball isn't either of them, it's actually Isagi. Shigeru runs to stop Isagi, but before he can do that, it was too late, because Isagi had already passed the ball onto Nagi, who easily scores, making it even. The game starts, and Team Red knows that if they used to use their abilities, they will be red and stopped. So this time, when Ryo passes the ball to Shigeru, he isn't going to trap the ball, which makes him slow down, because this time, he will trap it with the edge of his foot, so that he can move forward without stopping, which makes it so that Shigeru doesn't need to slow down. To help Nagi, Baro comes to try and take the ball from Shigeru, but Shigeru easily gets over him and scores, giving Team Red a 1-goal lead. With Baro on the floor, wondering why he has been unable to steal 1 goal in this entire match, we get a flashback from his childhood. As a child, Baro has always been the main actor on the field and has always bossed his teammates. At some point, he gave up trying to understand others and started to focus on himself and his career. The reason that Baro enjoyed football was not the feeling of being the king of the field, but to make it so that the players he played with just got dragged down from the feeling of being the main actor. When Isagi and Nagi is thinking about how to continue this game, Baro gets up from the ground to shoot the ball for kickoff, with the ball almost going into the net. With that shot, the second ball is now in play. Kunigami gets it but is marked down by Nagi, which forces him to pass to Ryu. But Isagi had already read where the pass was gonna go, so he was already prepared. When Isagi is just about to reach the ball, Ryu kicks it away. The ball goes to the king himself, Baro, but with him also comes Shigeru. When both Baro and Shigeru is fighting for the ball, Isagi comes before them both, signaling to Baro to pass him, which for the first time he does. With Baro's pass, Isagi gets the ball and scores, telling Baro to move for the sake of Isagi's goal. With Isagi's goal, the score is now even, but Baro is now crushed, with the thought of him not being the main actor and the king of the field. Team Red has recognized the danger of Isagi, and to win they decide to get to the goal without losing the ball at all. And the best way of doing so is to use Shigeru's speed to open up for them. But Nagi and Isagi also discussed how they're gonna win. When Nagi asks Isagi if they're going to share this thought with Baro, Isagi responds there is no point in telling a fallen king like him, and that the ending of the last play will be decided by him and Nagi. Ryu has the ball and wants to find a path to Shigeru, but Isagi is carefully covering Ryu's passes. But due to Isagi marking down Shigeru, it also means that Kunigami is only being guarded by Baro. So Ryu passes Kunigami the ball, but Kunigami isn't confident, so he passes the ball back to Ryu, telling him that the risk is too high. And with no one to pass, Ryu decides to take on Isagi by himself. When Ryu is going against Isagi, he finds a small pass passage to Shigeru and tells him to run, but the one to move first is Nagi, who instead goes to meet with Ryu's pass. Isagi tells Ryu that all of this were planned by them, and that they played right into their hands. Nagi just barely reaches the ball, and the stray ball goes right to Baro's feet. All of the players is on their way sprinting back. When Baro looks at Isagi and Nagi, he sees the vision of a goal for the first time. He knows that if he passes now, they will win. He decides to entrust the goal to an absolute striker, and is about to pass them when he suddenly stops. Baro's intuition tells him that if he passes the ball, everything will be over. Baro sees a vision of Isagi playing for the Japanese team, while Baro is home alone watching Isagi play, and knows that he doesn't want to live like that. So Baro decides to do a chop feint and an angel dribble to get behind Kunigami. Ryu thinks that Baro will pass to Isagi, so he goes to stop him, but Baro isn't going to pass. No, Baro is back and is playing for himself now. When Baro is behind Isagi, he uses him as a barrier to help him get behind Shigeru, which works out just as Baro planned. And with that, it's only the goalkeeper standing in between the goal and Baro. Baro ends up shooting the ball and scores an incredible goal, giving Team White the win, and like that, the king's back. And that's how Isagi crushed the king. But crushing the king also led to them both evolving into better and more promising players. So you could say that Baro's defeat was necessary for both of them to evolve. Now seeing Baro and Isagi's chains in this match is one of the most interesting moments in Blue Lock, and also one of my favorites, so I'm really happy I got to share it with you guys. If you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you to subscribe to the channel, and while you are down there also leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you're curious to see how Team C won against the unbeatable Team V, then please watch the video which will be popping up on the screen right now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.